to make sure I didn't screw this up like last time, can you check on your phone that I'm actually live? Because I don't want to be known as the guy who's doing wine stuff all the time and screwing this up.
But you're asking me to vet this, and I'm the one who doesn't know how to do all the techie stuff.
Just go to my YouTube channel. If anyone is already here and you're seeing this, please confirm in chat.
Hey, look, babe, we're live.
Oh, yay, look at that. Yay. Oh, I was that guy last time. I was that guy. But, yes, we're doing German food and wine today.
We are. What? You asked people in chat.
I know.
I'm watching.
Okay, that's good. I just want to make sure it works. And my oversized
Amazon
lederhosen,
yeah.
which will probably be returned after this because, good lord, they don't fit. I got way too many sizes. But yeah, no, we're doing German food and wine today. Specifically, we're going to be doing a Gewurztraminer. So we do have. Oh, God.
Every time.
Oh, the running jokes in our house. So we're going to be doing a Gewurztraminer, and then we're also going to be doing a Dornfelder, which I know you've never had.
I have never even
So
heard it.
I'm very excited for you to have that. And then I have a surprise at the end. Someone hit the public button? Yes, someone hit the public button this time.
We checked that so many times.
Oh, man. I like every day for last week, I was checking that setting, making sure that thing was like, okay, it is set as public. It is set as public. I'm good. I can do this. And
we're pros now, man. This is great.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
No.
Okay. But, yeah, so we have 3 wines for us to do, and we have some German food.
The better part.
You've been cooking for like 2 hours.
I'm so excited.
Tell everybody kind of what we're going to be doing.
Found a traditional recipe for a rouladen with gravy, which I've never made, but we've had, and love it, love it, love it. And I can't pronounce what it is. So in English, it is braised red cabbage. It's like pure vinegar and Granny Smith apples, and it's going to be amazing. It's like German a quick food. Pickle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about this. I'm excited.
So that in about 20 minutes, I'll be ditching
20
out
minutes. Okay.
and finishing prep on that and bringing up some really cool plates.
Okay,
so
good, because I'm really, really hungry. I've been smelling it for like hours now, and I'm dying here.
Yeah.
So,
that's great.
I guess we can go ahead and get started on the first wine. So I actually, instead of being some weirdo and just holding this up to the camera and hoping that it focuses on somebody, I'm going to switch over and show you what I bought. So that is what I bought at Total Wine.
Dude, you got all fancy this time.
I clicked a button.
What is it? Fancy.
Let me see your, by the way, screw top.
Plus one.
It doesn't ding.
Oh.
And the thing doesn't show up in real life. Oh, it's like it's editing or something. Man. So, yeah. So I have this really cool Gewurztraminer. I went ahead and...
Last time. I won't do it again.
that we're going to be drinking. And I wanted to start off light because I knew I wanted to pair red with the Rouladen. And I wanted to make sure that... I just realized your head is being blocked. Let me move you over here.
Thanks.
Subscribe. Click on Haley's face to subscribe. That's awesome. See, we're ironing these things out slowly but surely. But yeah, I wanted to start off light, but I also didn't want to do Riesling. We did a Riesling last time, and the Riesling, it was so many people were probably expecting a Riesling, and I didn't want to do that. So grabbed this Gewurztraminer. It is a 2018. I know the website doesn't really give a vintage on there, and the picture's a 2014, but the label hasn't changed. It's a 2015. It's 13% alcohol by volume, and I did pay that price for it, though. I did pay that price. So
when you're ready, I have a story about Gewurztraminer.
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Okay, well, see, I don't know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not. You're in the middle of a sniffing thing. Way back in the day, I heard about Gewurztraminer when I was... The one time I ever was front of house at a restaurant. Don't ever make me wait tables. I'm terrible. But it was a wine and burger joint. It was called the Wines of Colorado. I lived in Colorado. And they had nothing but Colorado wines. Tons and tons of them. It was great. And in a pinch, I had to run the wine tasting. I wasn't even legal. Well, okay, I could not drink it.
Yes.
But I was old enough to serve it. And I'd been listening to the owner and his son run the tastings. I can't remember how I pronounced Gewurztraminer, but those people must have been laughing at me so hard. And I thought it was sweet back then.
Well, there's a hey wine for free. Thanks. There's a large variety of wines that you can get out of Germany, and I think for a lot of people who don't understand German wines, they think all German wine is sweet.
Yeah, that's totally what I thought.
And yeah, and it's not the case. You can get some really bone dry wines, or you can get some toothache-inducing level wines. I mean, it just depends on what the wine is and where you're getting it from, or how it's being made. There's something called must wait, which is the harvest of, like, the amount of sugar at harvest for the grapes, and
sounds like a UFC fight weigh-in.
it's like standing on the scales, eyeballing the other grapes down. Who's the best? But it's so there's a lot of things that go into German wines that kind of bring up some of that. I'll get into that in a few minutes here. So, but what I did want to do is, So this is the wine that we're drinking. Got it from Total Wine. And where is that other? There we go. So that is actually what a Gewurztraminer grape looks like. So I know there's some people who probably have never seen it, but it is really this kind of like rose colored.
So Gewurztraminer is the actual name of the grape.
Gewurztraminer is the actual name of the grape.
Okay.
So Gewürz in German means spicy or seasoned. So they kind of named it that because the wine itself, when you smell it, it does smell spicy.
Really?
It's a very aromatic grape. Yeah.
I'll give you aromatic. I'm not sure spicy is.
No, there's a zinginess to this. It's quite nice. So I'm actually going to zoom back to us a little bit if I can find my mouse.
So many
Complications.
buttons.
All right, so
look at that. I'm just getting blown away by technology. It's not like I don't do some of this for a living, but whatever. Yeah.
But it's given this like it has this really nice kind of orange peel note on there.
That's what I'm getting. It's more bitter than orange, but I'm hearing it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Texas has not been as hot.
We're in a cold front. It's
I know.
Like 75.
Yeah, and I think the high for this weekend is going to be 80. So it's, I mean, it's not going to be like scorchingly hot for once.
We've been walking outside in the morning. It's like 50 degrees.
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. But
and then the mosquitoes attack you and you go back inside.
Yeah, no, you have to run. You basically have to run from the mosquitoes out here.
Okay, I've been smelling wine for a while. Can I taste it now?
Hold on, we have to keep smelling it.
Oh my God.
So there's like this like lemon note. There's a little bit of an apple. I like it. There's also oh gosh, what is? I'm trying to think of. There's like an herb. What is it? It's kind of a peppery herb. I'm trying to remember what it is.
I did not just get wine on my lip.
You're just trying to get it closer.
I'm trying to get it closer. I can't smell anything.
Fine, let's go ahead and drink the wine. Go ahead and drink the wine.
Okay, see, to me, that is sweet.
So that would be what's classified as medium sweet.
Okay. Not...
No, so dry is like, there's no sweetness in it.
And then every now and then you tell me something I think is sweet is off dry.
Is off dry.
And this is beyond that.
Yeah, off dry is like, there's like a touch of sweetness. Just a little bit, not much. And then you're going into, it is almost red wine weather. Oh man, that's actually, sitting on our property, like, whenever the actually breeze kicks in and it's going to be like 60 degrees outside, have the fire pit, have some red wine.
Dude, I can't wait till mulled wine weather.
Oh, I almost bought a what is it, a glow wine? Glowvine?
Glowvine.
Glühwein, thank you. I almost bought one of those.
Is it marjoram?
Yep, that's it.
Go, Ricky.
That's it.
So did anyone else find this? Did you post what the wines were going to be?
No, I was
you
just
slacker.
well. No, so the reason I did that was because I wanted folks to go out and kind of just find stuff that they were interested in. I was going to talk about the stuff that I bought, kind of what I would eat with it if we weren't eating it directly, and then I wanted other people to go because, like I said, there's Riesling, there's Spot Burgunder, there is.
I'll be good.
What? You're going to do it again, aren't you?
Yes.
There's a whole bunch of other German wines that are out there. And so I didn't want to say, like, hey, here's what I'm getting. You must get them. I mean, if people wanted to get them, cool. But, I mean, this is one of those things where I wanted it to be more of a theme instead of a specific come taste along with me. So. And
I'll do anything for food, so that's my favorite part. I can't wait.
And wine. Food and wine. Yeah. But... This is nice. It does have a little more sweetness than an off-dry wine. I would say in terms of color.
You did forget that part.
I did forget that part, and I have.
Like a paper.
Yeah, that'll work. Wax paper. It is
pale lemon.
Pale to medium. I mean, it
Just
has a
totally
little bit of weight, but I'd say give you pale lemon. You did it. One step closer to your W set.
Never.
You're gonna so rookie. You're drinking a 2018 Estate Red Mountain Limburger.
Cheese?
No, not the cheese. Dude, if
this is the level of wine I know.
If anyone ever gets to the point where they're straight lining cheese out of a glass in one of my videos, then that person is a hardcore dairy head, man. That's
it works.
Yeah. No, but hey, send me a note. Let me know what that Limburger is. I'm interested in that.
Have you heard of that before?
No, I haven't. I don't know all the grapes. There's like crazy numbers of grapes out there.
I'm judging you.
Like Italy alone has like 3,200 different grape varietals. So
yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I mean, knowing all of the grapes is a bit ridiculous.
That's so like what W set level would you have to be to know all of the things?
I know masters of wine that I've talked to, I've been judges with, who wouldn't know all 3,200 grapes in Italy?
Okay.
Like there's a thing called Google, and people can use it. Like that's what you do whenever you're looking up all the Italian wines. I think actually I was talking to Count John Salvi. He got his master of wine like I want to say like 1966 or 1971 or something.
It's crazy.
Like late 60s, early 70s. And he said that in his entire life, he's only known 2 people who had memorized all of the Italian grape varietals at that time. And I think at the time there weren't...
And that's pre-Google.
That weren't quite 3,000. I think they had 2,900 listed or 2,800 listed or something. And he knew the person who... or the 2 people who had done it. And he said it had taken them decades.
I'm sure.
To research and learn them all and, like, yeah. That's why I said there's this thing called Google.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You have kids. My wife.
Just, I don't have the interest.
You have Google.
I don't understand I don't want to do that. So, but I like the acid on this wine. It has
nice.
a really good acid on it. It's not overpowering. If it didn't have a good acid and it was this sweet, it would be like...
Yeah, there's definitely a balance. Because I'm food woman, and even though you're not a Somm, which he's been teaching me the difference between Somm and W set, what would you eat with this?
So, I'm thinking there's kind of 2 categories that I would probably do with this wine. One, maybe some sort of like pork with apples, or maybe some sort of like slightly candied fruit, something like that would kind of play well with this. The other thing I'm thinking of, and I can't remember who was the person that told me this. It might have been Ben Calais, but there's a cheese shop north of where he lives in Texas that does like crazy specialty cheeses, and I think this would go well with a lot of the German cheeses that guy imports, There's but not
like Limburger.
No, not Limburger.
I don't.
No, but I think it'd be things like more of like the softer white cheeses, so things that aren't too crazy. You don't want this.
But like maybe baked honeyed brie or something like that. Or no, that's not German. That's French.
That's French. Yeah,
I don't really know. I'm sorry, people. I'm just here.
But
I cook.
It's. I think some like soft white cheeses could go well with it. The things that aren't too overpowering. You want some. I mean, it has enough acid to kind of cut through the fat that you would get in the cheese, so that's nice. But also, you kind of get this like hardcore saltiness in some of those cheeses, and I think the sweetness would really.
I want to do a roasted butternut squash soup with toasted pecans and a crema.
You and your cremas.
They're so good. But wouldn't that be good?
It'd be pretty good.
It
would be pretty
Maybe
good.
even like spicy toasted pecans?
So, however, the way I would challenge that would be I would not want the pecans unless I got a wine that had more age on it. Because I would want some of those like tertiary qualities of aging. Some like it'll eventually develop a little bit of like a nuttiness. I would want that there so it kind of pairs a little bit better with the soup.
Okay. Now I just really want that soup.
Well, now I need to go buy an older bottle of wine. So, we got back. Limburger is a German, Austrian, Hungarian varietal, medium-bodied, fruit-forward grape, very dark-skinned grape. Okay, cool. When I was at Total Wine, I was trying to find anything they had. And the two red wines from Germany they had were Pinot Noir, so Spot Burgunder, and Dornfelder, and that was it. And then I was trying to find white wines, and they had 30 different Rieslings and one Gewurztraminer.
And we got it.
Literally one bottle of Gewurztraminer. That was it. I got the last German bottle of Gewurztraminer at our Total Wine. I probably could have driven other places.
Well, for the record, it is October. We are in the German hill country of Texas. Everyone is probably buying wine.
They're all crushing White Claws.
Well,
you know it. They're all crushing White Claws.
Yes, but
or Lone Star or Shiner. So here in normally around this time of year on this day, actually starting on this day, all the way through the weekend would be Octoberfest in Fredericksburg.
Wurstfest and
Wurstfest is a few weekends later. They don't put them all in the same time. But all the Octoberfest celebrations for all of the German towns around San Antonio start happening. And they canceled for this year. So, unfortunately...
Correctly canceled it.
Yes, we can't go. Having tens of thousands of people in close proximity is probably the smartest thing right now.
Yeah. It's hard to eat a sausage on a stick through a mask.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just really have to shove it. But I mean, it's one of those things where there's so much German beer, and we have so many breweries here in Texas that focus on making German-style beers for Oktoberfest. Mm-hmm. Like, they just basically wipe out entire sections of beer cases in stores. And just stock them full of like all the different microbrews and all the different German varietal beers that they start coming out with. So
it's a wonderful time here in Texas.
Yeah, it's if you're a beer lover, October, like end of September, going through the end of October, man, you can get some crazy good German influenced microbrew Texas beers. And there are a lot of breweries that are people who came here from Germany, and like the Spotzel Brewery and Shiner, like they're one of the oldest breweries in Texas, and they make a crazy good Oktoberfest beer. They actually make 3 crazy good Oktoberfest beers.
Remember back in the day when we could metabolize beer?
Yeah. Then we got old.
I know. The switch to wine.
Yeah.
All them hops.
That's much fun. So here, Gewurztraminer goes well with savory crepes during breakfast, and it cures hangovers.
He doesn't like crepes. Shun him, but still watch him. No, he won't. I try and get him. He doesn't like them. He thinks they're pointless. I don't get it.
They don't have substance.
You put the substance in them.
Savory
crepes are like the best thing ever.
It's not a thing. They're just
wonderful. You eat wontons?
It's not that. No, I don't.
You eat spring rolls?
Yes.
They're wrapped in stuff that's barely there.
But there's girth to a spring roll.
You can put girth in a crepe. You just wanted to say girth live on YouTube, right?
Yeah. Sometimes things require a little girth.
I'm totally moving your microphone because I can't see chat.
Okay. Here,
there we go.
But yeah, so I really liked the fact that I could find a few different things. Like I said, I review Riesling a lot on the channel. A lot of people know I really like Riesling. Spring rolls or Chinese crepes. They're different.
Thank you.
They're different.
He eats so many things that
I love burritos.
Oh my God. You like jicama tacos?
I do.
What is it about? You don't like the French.
Never forget Paris 1976. Shirts are available at my Teespring shop.
Oh my God.
Actually, I don't. I think I've just had bad grapes.
Because you've not let me cook them.
What?
For the record, he doesn't let me do anything. I do what I want. But I like to also cook him things. Like, I've only barely started giving him recipes that have balsamic vinegar in them. And barely started giving him recipes with mayonnaise in them. He is weird on his food weirdness. 1976!
That's right. 1976. Judgment of Paris. So...
He totally had to school me on that. He designs this great shirt with Remember 1976.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, this is going to make sliced bread look like old news for winos.
And I had no idea. It like totally ruined his day. He's like, this is the best thing ever. Look what I did.
I'm not going to lie. At the time, I was 36 years old and I did pout. I was not happy with the fact that I had made this awesome shirt that you did not get.
No.
And then
I get way more of them now.
A month later, we watched Bottle Shock.
And now I love it.
Totally got it.
I totally got it. That's
so.
a fun movie. Terrible actors. The acting was... No. I know. Everybody but Snape. I'm totally blanking. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Yes. Everybody but Alan Rickman. Like, I even like the... Not Chris... It wasn't Chris Pratt. It was Chris Pine. I like him in other stuff. He was terrible.
You know who Chris Pine reminds me of in that movie?
Huh.
Is Ron Yates.
I've not met Ron Yates.
Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find a picture of Ron. And then...
Okay, you do that. I have 2 minutes, so I have to start getting the food.
So Ron Yates is a Texas winemaker, and he makes some incredible stuff. Let me see if I can find a picture of him, because...
He totally is!
let me switch over. So if you've seen Bottle Shock, Chris Pine's got this like hippie long hair, and that's Ron Yates. I love Ron. He is such a cool dude. The other day I went over to Ron Yates Winery, and I just stopped in for a glass of wine.
I think I have seen him. I totally just thought he was the barback.
And the next thing I know, I'm in the barrel room, and we're tasting some of the stuff he's like about to release or thinking about releasing, and so yeah, he's a character. He's a cool dude. I really like Ron.
Yeah, he totally. Oh, okay, but yes, if you haven't watched Bottle Shock, it is fun. It's a great story. It really is. And now I get the shirt.
Yep. So let's give you Uncanny. It's dude. The first time I met him, I was like, oh, this is. I mean, you are not a hill country boy. Like that is not who you are. And then after I saw Bottle Shock, it took me a couple months, and I was there buying a couple bottles of what was it? I was buying a couple bottles of their Albarino because they make a killer Albarino.
They know him. No, wait. Never mind.
No,
Wrong story.
Yeah. But I was up there buying a couple bottles of their Albarino, and he just walks up and starts talking to me because I had been a judge for Texas International. He was at a lot of the like post-judge event things, and then it like all of a sudden hit me halfway through, like, oh my god, he looks like Chris Pine on Bottle Shock. And I'm thinking about posting it. I don't know if he'll get mad if I do it, but I have a video of when we were in his barrel room, and he had bottled a whole bunch of cases of wine, and at one point he needs to go up to get a sample out of the barrel, and the dude starts climbing it like it's a rock wall, but he's in a polo, shorts, and flip-flops. And
he's that hair.
And he's just climbing up it like a freaking spider monkey. It was hilarious. I loved it. So, Ron's a really cool dude. I actually want to see if I can do an interview with him soon.
That'd be fun.
He would be a blast.
That would make a fun live.
Well, and that's actually what I wanted to ask y'all. So
good. If you do that, pander to your audience. I'm going to go get food.
Let me top you off a little bit.
Please.
Have fun. Enjoy. But one of the things I was thinking about was, would it be cool if I can arrange to have a winemaker to be my guest? So there's not always a time that Haley can make it. Obviously, y'all don't want to see me just talk about crap for an hour because I'm boring. But what if I can get a winemaker? Would you be interested in that? So let me know in the chat if having a winemaker on and talking to them would be something that you would actually want to watch and be interested in. So, just leave a comment. Let me know. If it's a bad idea, cool. If it's a good idea, I know a bunch of folks, so I can probably reach out to them and arrange some stuff. So, but one thing I did want to do real fast, while she is gone, I am going to shill for myself. So, you all know the Never Forget Paris t-shirt. Well, I made some new ones. So, we also have one. If you are a sparkling wine lover and you really like good wines and you like different levels of wines in terms of like their carbonation, you might like this shirt. So we have Frizzante on the mouth, Spumante in the throat. So for those of you who don't know, Frizzante, lightly bubble. It kind of is in your mouth and then goes away. Spumante, lots of bubbles. Pretty heavy bubbles. When you swallow it, you still feel it. So there's that. If you are a fortified wine drinker and you are kind of wanting to express your love for a certain type of fortified wine, then you might want to know that Sherry likes big butts. That's right. Those 600-liter butts that Sherry's aged in, you too can also enjoy professing your love for Sherry. Funnily enough, my WSET Level 3 instructor's first name is Sherry, and she works at a winery in the Hill Country. I'm probably going to wear that shirt the next time I go out there just to, like, mess with her. Now, the next shirt. If you are a lover of red wines or complicated white wines, and you really like that kind of creaminess, those types of notes that you get from things like malolactic fermentation, then you may like MLF is legendary. That's right. These shirts are all horrible, but this is what I came up with. Hey, Nikki, nice to see that you made it. All right, so the next one. This is a shirt that I've had a lot of people comment on. They say they love it. So I just bought another one because I'm not going to lie, COVID has made me a little bit bigger than pre-COVID times. And so in order to make sure that I can continue to shamelessly shill my shirts on my video, I went and got another one. But this is the Viognier. That's right. I know a lot of people who don't know how to pronounce it, but the little cartoon guy. I made that from scratch. It was a lot of fun. That's my wife's favorite shirt. All right. So I'm going to save this one for last. This one is just the standard Wine on the Dime logo shirt. So you'll see me wearing that probably when I go to wineries and other stuff. And then the last one, this one is in theme. So this is going to be fun. as I mentioned, there are different classifications for German wines depending on the must weight, which is the amount of sugar that is in the grapes at time of harvest. So this is my kind of fun shirt that I have for German wines, which is, if I must wait for wine, then it better be German. All right, so yeah. Shameless shill there. It's all the Teespring links and everything are in the video description in the event that you actually do want to help support the channel. If you don't, that's cool. I just wanted to show off that I made a whole bunch of shirts and I'm fat and I had to order new ones because it looked like I was It looked like I had either been like lifting too hard or it looked like I was trying to become a sausage myself when I was wearing my shirts. Like I said, I need to get back into working out more and probably drinking less wine, which means I just need to work out twice as hard. So that's ultimately what's going to happen. Hey, Derek. Hey, thanks. Thanks for yeah. The outfit's a little too big. So whenever I was buying this, they said, "Hey, go and get 2 sizes up because whatever you think you are, it will not be comfortable." Whoever posted that was a liar. Is a dirty, dirty liar on the Amazon review. I bought 2 sizes up, and it is 2 sizes up. I should not have done it. I should have just gone straight for my normal size. So yeah. So this, unfortunately, is something that, if you could see from the waist down, it would look like I'm wearing the pins. Thanks. I love the fact that my wife is downstairs grabbing food right now, and she's telling me not to drink less wine on chat. I really do appreciate that. So. And then she's yelling from downstairs, "You're welcome." So that's fun. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit more about German wine regions, stuff like that. Specifically, I want to talk more about the wine and the wine regions. So I went ahead and grabbed, this is from a Vine Pair. I might just hide myself here for a little bit just because... There we go. All right, so this is from Vine Pair. There are 13 wine regions within Germany. So the ones that people tend to think most about are really this one, Rheingau. You have Pfalz, Rheinhessen, Mosel, and Nach. And so that's... Those are like the 3, or not the 3. Y'all know I can't do math. Oh man, if Carl was here, he would have nailed me. But Carl couldn't make it today. So those are the areas that most people think of when they're looking at wine. They're also the areas that tend to export the most wine out of Germany. So if you think that you're gonna get a Sachsen wine, you're probably not. There's a very little chance that it's actually going to come out. I've seen Baden. Baden actually does have wine. I've seen a few from Franken. I have not seen any from... I don't even know how to pronounce this region. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just a wino who knows a few things. Mittelrhein, I've never seen anything from there. I've never seen... Some of these places, I've just never seen stuff from. So, I mean, that's where you kind of look at these things and say, well, you might get some stuff, you might not. But it's cool to kind of know about it. Now, going down a little bit, in terms of grapes actually planted, this is sort of how it breaks down. So Rheinhessen, you see a lot of stuff from Rheinhessen. Rheinhessen is everywhere, so is Pfalz. Baden, like I said, Baden actually focuses more on red grapes than white for the most part. So you're going to see more red grapes come out of those areas. And then, even though I don't even know how to pronounce that one with the W, I'm not even going to try because I can't pronounce English half the time. But even stuff like Mosel, like you're going to see a lot of stuff from Mosel. But the interesting thing about it, though, is that the stuff from Mosel, I think, tends to be like kind of a higher quality than some of the areas, just in my opinion. So that's just something that you might want to keep in mind. And then, like I said, the other areas, you might see some stuff, you might not. It all depends on what you can find and where you're buying things. So, the next area I wanted to talk about is there are different systems, and I'm actually going to switch to a different view here because there are different systems, and this is thanks to Wine Folly. Wine Folly also has a YouTube channel, so you can go there and see some stuff as well. If you do go to Wine Folly, please let them know that Wine on the Dime sent you. But there are different classifications, with there being Landwein, which is basically just any wine made from anywhere in Germany. It doesn't really matter. There's Qualitätswein, which is a little bit less restrictive. So it's going to be it's going to still focus more on areas, but it's not necessarily focused on the must wait as much. And then you get into the Predicateswein section, and that is where you get things like Kabinett, Spätlese, I should say it correctly, Auslese, Beerenauslese, Trockenbeerenauslese, and Eiswein. And so that is where you're going to find most of your stuff. The VDP stuff is really hard to find. That is really hard to find. I can't find any VDP wines in my city. So if that's something you're interested in, cool. If not, then yeah. I mean, if you can find it, and especially if you can find it in the South Texas area, let me know. Blaukenfrau. Okay, so yeah, okay, now I understand what you're doing. Yeah, so actually Specs had one of those. I almost picked one up, but I decided to go to Total Wine instead because they had what supposedly on their website was a wider selection. In person at the store was not as much. So make sure you call the store or have the order reserved if you're going to pick up stuff at Total Wine. But anyway, so as you're going down the scale according to the way that this picture is done, it gets sweeter. The only exception here is sometimes Eisweins can be less sweet than Trockenbeerenauslese, but you have to kind of factor in a few things there. So those two can kind of switch positions depending on who's making it. But Kabinett, if you get a Kabinett, it's going to be pretty much dry for the most part to what I would say is medium sweet. So this Gewurztraminer that I'm having right now, this one is, let me re-enable this. So this one is a Kabinett, and it is what I would say medium dry. So it's not quite getting into the sweet realm. It's still more dry than sweet, but it's not too far from actually getting over that barrier. Spätlese, you can find some. Well, I would say this is where you kind of start going from off dry to maybe medium sweet. Ooh.
Yeah, you totally.
Wait. Do you mind go getting the Dornfelder?
Okay, I cook your meal. I'm apparently going to move shirts off my chair.
I'll do that.
I serve you. And you get lots of free wine for us to drink. Okay, let me go get it.
Okay, cool. So Spätlese, you're looking at more of, like, you can find a dry one, but you're kind of getting more off dry into that medium sweet. Auslese, you're going to have more of that sweetness and that development. So, I mean, in the end, like, you're going to start shifting realms depending on how people are making it. And,
Hey, you moved your...
I told you I would. And, let's let that warm up a little bit. But, yeah, there's a whole kind of realm there. And like I said, they're categorized based on must wait. So there's ranges within the classification section for must wait. I'm totally ignoring that. And that's something that you just kind of have to fall into, like, where are you going to be for this? And depending on what you're looking to do.
You're too busy talking. I want to drink, and
I want to drink.
I'm going to help you get to the part where you can have the red.
I want a little bit more white. But depending on how you are harvesting, what you're looking to make, how long you want things to be on the vine, then that can also determine the sweetness level. Some areas are known for making sweeter wines than others at different qualities, so there's a lot of stuff there. I'm not going to go too in depth into the German wine stuff, just because
I'm back and I don't care.
Not only that, but also what I'm going to do is if you really want to know a lot about German wines and get a really cool crash course in it, go over to the Unknown Winecaster. He has a great video. Actually, he has a couple videos on German wines. And he has, I mean, the dude's just knows so much about wine. So go over there, take a look at that. He has some great lectures on that. And you'll get a lot of great content out of that.
Okay, now hush.
All right, hold on. So Derek's asking what's for dinner.
I'm going to answer Derek.
Okay, we'll answer him.
Anyway, so Derek, we covered this earlier, but now I can actually show you guys what's for dinner. We love going to the Texas Hill Country because it's Germantown. It's just German everywhere. And so we eat some wonderful stuff. And one of our favorite dishes is Rouladen. It's not pretty. German food does not plate well. Just understand that. And there's like no vegetables. But it's good. So Rouladen, this is top round, very thinly sliced, pounded down, with a layer of stone ground mustard in it, then a piece of raw bacon to start, white onion, yellow onion, and a pickle. And then you roll it all up, and you deep sear it in a big Dutch oven. Add the only vegetables that you then take out of the meal. Carrots, leeks, just really flavorful stuff, some red wine, some bone broth, beef bone broth, and you braise it for 90 minutes. And then it comes out this wonderfully unctuous thing, and we'll show you the cross-section, and it's just so good.
I want to see the cross-section right now.
He's going to do the cross-section thing, because I'm holding the plate up for the camera. And then I can't pronounce it, because I'm not German. This is red, and, well, we had some green cabbage, too. Braised cabbage. There's juniper berries in it, and cloves in it, and the only liquid...
Let's see if this works.
So not... So you can see the pickle. It's so good.
I'm trying to hide the face. There we go. It zooms.
Oh, yes, Chris. Rouladen is amazing. It is. Yeah, and the only liquid in the cabbage, other than like the juices that come out of the cabbage as it cooks, is red wine, or not red wine, apple vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. So it's tart. It's zingy. But it's good. So.
Holy shit. Wait, I don't know if I can say that. It's really good.
I've never made this before. It's so good. Okay, I'm going to try it now.
Wow, that mustard that's inside of it.
Right?
That's really good.
And then once you take the rouladen out, you strain out the vegetables and get rid of them, unfortunately. It's like making a stock. They're not good afterwards. I tried. Okay. But then you toss in a little chilled butter, flour slurry to thicken it, and you just season it with a little more mustard. Oh my gosh. It sounds complex, but it's so flippin' easy. The longest time is the braise, and that's just wait.
Urgh.
Would you stop fidgeting?
I can't get this stupid strap to do what I want it to do. I need to rinse out my wine glass.
Oh, my bad. I gotta finish this because I have to pair it with wine now. And I did not make up these recipes. I want to give credit to the people I got recipes from. Can I cross-post them, or?
I can post them in the video description.
Cool.
Like I can go back and read the description.
He's going to do a thing, and after this, I'll send him the links, and so easy.
Oh, man. I'm excited about this. I'm going to have another bite.
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay. So, let's look at Dornfelder.
And Hemi totally just spilled my water all over the place.
That's fine.
I'm going to eat the thing. Eat it. Oh, and Germans are brilliant, by the way. You put the bacon in so that before you roll the thing up, you wrap the ends of the bacon over the onion and pickle, and then as it cooks, the stuff doesn't fall out. It's wonderful. Like, I've never thought of that. I'm never going to make a roulade of anything without bacon. Plus, now it has bacon.
That always makes everything better.
Right?
I want to see you bite it. Come on. Do it. Do it.
Oh, that was worth it.
Yeah, that's good. So,
okay.
So, now I'm going to move on to the specific Dornfelder that we have. So, for the Dornfelder, I have this...
That makes me happy. I'll shut up.
I have this Gerd Anselmann. It's from Pfalz. It's a Dornfelder. Pfalz. I was also just, like, trying to hide a burp, so thanks for
And you
licking
think French is hard to pronounce? This is ridiculous.
German is easy. Yeah.
You just sneeze a lot, and then somehow it's just
That's right. And French is blah, 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 blah. So
You're just coughing up
it all
phlegm the
works.
whole time. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Anyway, so this is, like I said, the varietal is Dornfelder. This is the one I ended up getting. This one is the 2018, and it is a qualitative vine. So it doesn't fall within the predicate system, which is fine. You missed that entire thing.
I totally did. No, I didn't. I was listening downstairs.
Okay. But anyway, so this isn't this isn't one that's going into the higher tier.
Sorry, I skipped a step. Listen to him. Don't look at me.
But what I was going to say is, let's take a quick look at the color so Haley can get into the next steps, because I know she probably just wants to go straight to drinking.
That smelling is amazing.
So this is a...
Garnet?
Deep purple. It's purple. This is a purple.
I just throw out random colors and hope I'm right.
So, yeah, anyway, we got a deep purple, and on the nose... Ooh, that smells savory.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's got
And
this,
that's still so good.
It's got like this nice. It's like a plum.
There's
like
some deep fruit coming.
But the thing that gets me, there's like a really buttery note in this wine.
Is that what that is?
Oh yeah.
Like, this is unique.
And it also has a little bit of like violets, maybe.
Did you answer, Chris?
Rouladen is amazing. Yes, I did say.
No.
German wine. I missed that one. Sorry, Chris.
This is why I'm here. I gotta keep him focused.
So for German wine, higher ABV equals less sweet. For the most part, you can also get some fairly sweet fortified wines. So you just kind of have to take a look at it. But for the most part, the higher the ABV, the drier the wine tends to be. And that kind of goes with wine in general. Just because in order to produce the alcohol, the yeast are fermenting the sugar. So they're fermenting the sugar into alcohol. And as a result, ABV is higher. You're going to have less residual sugar. Now, there are some exceptions. There are some wines that are sweetened. There are some wines that are blended, so that way they can be fortified, be high ABV, and still be sweet. For example, like Pedro Jimenez Sherry, if you pour it, it's black and it's like syrup. It's 20% alcohol by volume, and it will give you a toothache. So that is like an example of one that's fortified, but also high ABV. So, but... Like I said,
the cabbage is so good.
I want to try the wine first before we go to the cabbage.
Well, get to it then.
I'm going to try it now. Hold on, chill out.
For all that robust smell, the flavor, like, is so underplayed.
So you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of wines made from Mustang grapes in Texas. Like
Totally.
If you had gone to the wine guild
no
meetings with
idea.
me and drinking this stuff, but no, it kind of has this like tart funkiness, and it's very red fruit. It's a little bit of black fruit. Actually, it's more black fruit and red fruit, but it kind of has this thing where it almost doesn't taste like normal wine. Like, it's so kind of almost like outside of that category.
It's definitely different. The second sip, I'm getting more complexity to it. I'm tasting more of the actual flavors, but the aromatics are so there. And then the flavor is like, not that that's bad, but it's kind of jarring.
Yeah.
It's not what you expect.
But you know how it's like talking about that butteriness? Like, that butteriness is there, right? You can kind of taste, it's almost like a brown butter.
Have you tried the cabbage yet?
No, I'm going to try the cabbage now.
the cabbage.
You know I like meat.
I know.
It has bacon
And a pickle.
and a pickle.
The man is obsessed with pickles, people.
That's damn good.
I know, right? It's so good.
It's really good. So, yeah.
But watch out, the cloves and junipers are still in there.
Okay.
It's like whole cardamom pods in Indian food.
Oh, okay.
It'll get you.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So Dornfelder, I was talking about Dornfelder. This is Dornfelder. Definitely a deep colored varietal. By the way, this is Wines of Germany, so GermanWines.de. This is actual like the government-sponsored Wines of Germany site. So it's a pretty cool place to learn about wine.
They might know what they're talking about.
They might know a little bit, but this is if I recall, this is the second most grown red grape in Germany. I think.
Then why have I not heard of it?
How often do you ask me to buy German wine? You're like
I
such a
don't ask you
hardcore
to-
New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc
Yeah.
person that you don't. You
There's
never
that.
ask for that.
There's that.
But yeah, this is one of those where it's the second most grown red grape behind Pinot Noir, if I recall, and then which is Spot Burgunder. By the
Okay.
way, that's
Did I miss that too?
no, that's just
Oh, he hasn't schooled you guys on that yet. Okay.
I don't know if I will, but Burgunder is means Pinot. Spot means late, so Spot Burgunder is a late harvested Pinot Noir. Late harvested Pinot. Spot Burgunder.
I just drink
Right.
wine.
So, there's a few cool things about this grape. Like I said, the first thing is it has this really cool fruitiness that comes off of it. But then when you taste it, it kind of has a nice funkiness, and it really does kind of remind me of like Mustang grapes from Texas, or maybe even like a really really heavy non
This has nothing to do with
effervescent Lambrusco. Like it's just this really kind of just.
Okay, this is where y'all get to converse with him
Crazy.
because I'm totally.
She just
lost.
wants to eat the food now.
I'm lost. Like he keeps joking about me getting a W set, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
No, you need to get it. It's gonna happen.
I'm curious if any of these guys are studying for it or interested in it.
I know Carl. He couldn't make it today. He let me know, but I know Carl. He just took his W set level 2.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. Are any of y'all doing any wine studies? Are you doing like Master Court, International Wine School?
I found a juniper berry.
Cool.
It's really neat. They're totally cute.
W set, anything like that?
Keep going.
But, but that's yeah. I'd be interested to know. Are y'all doing anything on your own, or are you just watching me review wine on YouTube? But if you are, cool. If
We
you
like
aren't,
you regardless.
cool. W set level 4. That's right.
If W set level 4 is in his future, so is a divorce. We've had this conversation.
It could be.
I have had 2 children and 0 advanced degrees while he got his MBA and his W set 2 and his W set 3 and his Texas wine cert.
I can't argue this.
I can't.
Totally accurate.
Now, I'm not actually interested in an advanced degree necessarily, but still, I mean, come on. But yes, he would be phenomenal at it if he actually goes into the industry versus working in the corporate world that has nothing to do with wine. I'd be all for a W set 4. But that means he has to actually live into his dream as opposed to think that living as a lemming is okay.
I like how we're getting into psychology now. She's less than 1 bottle in, and she's already giving my dirty secrets away.
It takes no bottles of wine for me to get into nagging you into doing the thing that you're passionate about. I get to do that thing.
Back to Dornfelder.
Wine.
We're drinking it. That's what we're doing at the moment. So, yeah. So Dornfelder is one that I've had it a few times. And
I drink wine anyway, rookie. I don't need to know what I'm drinking to know that it's good. And he picks all the good stuff.
But yeah. Anyway, so I had Dornfelder a few times. It's been I thought it was interesting then. I like it now. What?
I know my advanced degree.
You're not going to be a somm.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna cook.
You're gonna get a culinary degree?
I'm gonna take cooking classes.
That would be...
That would be so cool.
I mean, you're already really good at cooking. I don't know why you think you need...
Gotta one up my brother. My brother's a cordon bleu trained chef.
Yeah, that's true.
He kicks my pants a lot. Oh, I may have to do this. Thank you for the ideas, people.
And here I am. Now I gotta wait longer for my WSET level 3. Or level 4.
Not until you get in the industry, because then your employer will help pay for it.
So, I kind of joked that a long time ago, if I ended up going for my level 4 and I passed, I'd have a celebration. But the celebration would be my divorce-soma party. Because it would be not only having to deal with a divorce, but it would have to deal with celebrating the fact I passed the diploma. So my divorce-ploma party.
Choices.
Yeah. It's a vicious circle. I don't know how that's going to end up working out. But talk. Come on. Say something. Now's the time.
Oh, dude, rookie. No, I totally want to. Oh, we'll go there in a second. But no.
It wouldn't be a second YouTube channel. It'll be just the same one.
Oh, it's the same one. Wow. Eating food on a live YouTube is probably not the easiest way to keep a conversation going.
No, it's not.
Like, my manners are shot.
And I don't know if these people want to see us, like, shovel food into our mouth.
It's so good, people. I will totally post the recipes. Where was I going to go with that?
The food and wine second YouTube channel.
Oh, no, I want to know, how does the wine actually pair with the food? Does it work? What are you getting from it? Like, the whole point is food and wine pairings of Germany, right? And then I will come back to Rookie's comment.
So, I think the Dornfelder, I think it works. But honestly, I would probably have preferred maybe actually getting a Spotburgunder. Like a Pinot Noir. Maybe that would have been a little bit better because of the gravy.
Mustard.
Yeah, the mustard.
It's the mustard. This is not sweet, but it has notes reminiscent that, like, make you think of sweetness, whereas this has that stone ground mustard.
I will say, though, I think it pairs surprisingly good with the cabbage, though.
The vinegar and,
the juniper.
The acid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is amazing, because I was really nervous to put juniper in this thing, and I actually doubled the amount of juniper.
Juniper?
Juniper. It's Friday, and I have a full-time job and virtual school that you help nothing with. I'm kidding, people. He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. I had 2 whole days where he was the guy, like, I'm mocking him, and that look is because he knows he pulls his weight. And this is nothing about he's doing it to help me. He's doing it because he's a dad and he's a man, and that's what he's supposed to do. Feel better? Anyway. I totally derailed that.
I don't even know what you were getting at anymore.
I know. It's all good.
Oh, the juniper. You doubled the juniper.
I did. Because he cooked an amazing meal last night. Because he can cook as well as I do, people. Like,
and take care of kids.
Don't let him tell you he can't cook. The man can cook. And we had so much leftover cabbage. That's why I did a mix of red and green. Because somehow when we menu planned this week, we ended up with back-to-back German meals. I don't know how I failed, but it was really good.
Last night's food was pretty darn good, though.
Yeah. So, there's that.
Yeah. But it was jeez. It was.
You invited me on.
I don't know why at this point.
I know.
I do know why. People like you. Man, I really do like that with the cabbage. That's so good.
Yeah, it's way better with the cabbage than it is with the.
I don't think of red wine and cabbage.
Really?
Like, I red wine and cabbage. If someone was like, "What wine would you pair with pickled cabbage?" and you're like, "Oh, yeah. Dornfelder, obviously."
Yeah, totally.
what?
That's very true. And most people don't just randomly like, "Hey, I want a giant vat of pickled cabbage." But everyone should want a giant vat of pickled cabbage.
Like, especially sauerkraut. I love sauerkraut. But that's the whole pickle thing that I apparently have a fetish for. Okay, so...
It does. It really does.
So, yeah, Dornfelder. Interesting grape. I really think the Spätburgunder would have been better on this. I really do. Pinot Noir.
But that's the fun. We're just going to have to make Rouladen and the unpronounceable cabbage dish again and try it with the unpronounceable wine.
Yeah. So, while we're wrapping up here, before we get to the last wine, I wanted to kind of point out two other wines that are pretty typical that you'll tend to see whenever you're looking at German wines. So the first one, and I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know how to pronounce all these things because I'm a horrible Texan simpleton. I say Grauburgunder. Yeah, probably close. It's actually a white grape. It's classified as a white wine.
But the grape's purple.
But it's not.
But it is. Like, I'm looking at that.
But it's not. It
is. Like, there's no way around that. That is a purple grape.
But you know what they call this in France?
What?
Pinot Gris.
What?
And Pinot Grigio.
It's purple.
In Italy. Yeah, that's what the grapes look like.
How the heck?
That's what those grapes look like. So this is another one that you'll see. I don't really see very many single varietal Grauburgunders. They tend to be, used more as like blending grapes. But that's cool. I mean, they're pretty light if you get them. This I don't even know how to pronounce this because this is a funky like German character. So.
Oh. That's a double S. Weissburgunder.
Weissburgunder. Okay, see, look, you.
I went to school with some Germans.
Oh, okay. But yeah, this is Pinot Blanc. So this
if I'm wrong, don't judge me.
White
that was
grape. This is
way too long ago.
A white grape.
It is that looks like it's supposed to.
Yeah. I actually have seen single varietal Weissburgunder, but not too many. And I'll be honest, they weren't cheap being imported here. So now, not cheap, I mean it's not like
wine on the dime level.
Yeah, exactly. It's not wine on the dime level approval. It's more like, hey, this is going to be a $30 bottle. So
that's so cheap.
I know.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's going to be more expensive, but you can find some single varietal stuff. I would actually look for like your more boutique wine shops if you were interested in doing this. There are a couple very boutique wine places here in San Antonio. I bet I could have picked one of these up there. But I also don't want to pay $30 a bottle because I'm cheap.
Yep.
And I'm also reviewing 3 wines on a live stream. So there's that. But yeah, so that's kind of an interesting thing.
I'm interested. Light summer wine ideal with food pairing. What wine is not ideal for food pairing? Like, wine and food go together.
There are some pretty, for lack of a better word, weak-ass wines out there.
What good wine is not ideal for food
There
pairing?
you go. Now you said the statement correctly. No, there are some wines out there that just do not have the structure, not have the acid, everything to hold up to food. They're just, you kind of want to crush it while you're tubing on a river.
There's that.
And yeah, thanks for talking with your mouth full on stream. Everybody just saw all that.
Retsina?
But
I don't know what that is, Chris.
Retsina. You know what? The power.
Have you stumped the WSET guy?
I told you I'm not an expert on this. On all these things. I don't know things. I know things, but not all the things.
That really should be one of your shirts. I drink wine and know things.
But not all the things.
Cliche, but not all the things.
That's what it needs to say is I drink wine and know things, but not all the things. So it looks like Retsina is a style of wine. Greek white.
So, Chris, is this a wine that you say should not pair with food?
From tree resins. Huh.
Oh.
Pine resin. Retsina. Okay, well, I mean, that would make sense. Retsina's a Greek one. Yeah, I haven't had a Retsina.
Again, never heard of it, but that doesn't say much for me.
I basically had like the 5 dominant Greek grapes. I haven't been able to. So you also have to keep in mind, like, I'm in this weird place where, like, if I was to live 3 hours away in Houston or about 5 hours away in Dallas, I would have access to a crazy number of wines. I live in San Antonio.
And you have access to a crazy number of wines.
But not a crazy variety.
Different statement.
So, tastes like turpentine. Oh, yeah, you know what? Just sell me on this, Chris. Yeah, turpentine. Just...
Again, what good wine?
Some people like turpentine.
Like, I work in the church world. Taylor Tawny Port pairs with nothing. Even the host. Just don't do it.
So like, are you, if you pour this into a styrofoam glass, does it melt the glass? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
Infused with tree sap. That does not sound good. We may have to find a bottle of this.
So you know what Jurassic Park has taught me about tree sap? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's what Jurassic Park has taught me about tree sap. That's good rouladen, but I need one more bite and I need to go get the next wine.
Oh, amen.
So.
Yeah, I'm calling Uncle.
There's a crazy amount of food.
I am, however. I'm going to finish chewing. I'm sorry.
Everybody's just watching you.
I know.
So, yeah. Take your time.
I'm trying, apparently. Sorry, guys. Gals, y'all. Okay. I purposefully, when I went shopping for this recipe, was like obsessed with pickles over here. Like, downs them and saves the juice so we can drink it. I purposefully went for a different pickle that wouldn't be as potent. Totally screwed that up. I needed a much more potent pickle than this. I got no pickle.
I didn't want to say anything.
I'm so mad. So I'm going to have to recook this.
Oh, shucks. You'll just have to make it again.
I will. Too bad we have a lot more left over downstairs that will be phenomenal all weekend without cooking.
We're doing our Fredericksburg
Banktoberfest.
We're going out. We're going to have fun. We're going to because Octoberfest was canceled in Fredericksburg. That's not stopping us. I will not be wearing my 2 sizes too big lederhosen.
Oh, please God, no.
Because, good Lord, I could just hold a couple wine bottles right here, right now, walk around, and this thing would still have some room.
Yeah. So, okay. Ricky, you and I are going to have some talk here. Taylor Tawny Port is not good for anything.
No, not Taylor Tawny Port. There are other people make port.
Oh.
But Tawny Port actually has a purpose. It does.
The stuff that my churches buy, I'm sorry, it's not good.
Now, hey, Rookie, do you dip the cigar in the port as part of it, or do you have it separate?
That's a thing?
Mm-hmm. You infuse the tobacco with some of the wine note.
Interesting.
It's actually more of the wrapper than the tobacco. Hey, so you get to vamp for a minute. I am going to go... Oh, I don't want to stand up because this thing is way too big.
That's great.
Run away.
Our kids are downstairs watching movies thinking that we're totally insane for being dressed in German get-up and whatever. When they become older, they'll understand. Depends on the strength of the cigar. I will admit I have never had a cigar. I love the aromatics. I love the smell. My dad was a cigar smoker. Don't tell my mom. Stuart, not for it at all. But I can totally see where that would be fun.
Hey, I found a use for this pocket.
Oh God!
It's a wine holder.
I'm apologizing for my husband.
Look, I mean,
you're not on camera, babe.
It's perfect for holding a bottle of Eiswein. I mean, you can just sit there and drink
not
it.
Phallic at all.
I mean, it's a great use for, especially when you have room to hold the wine. What's wrong? You want?
I'm having nothing to do with this. Lord.
Okay. So, I need my wine opener.
Fail.
That's okay. Always have at least one wine opener in here.
Yeah, which you buy every time I travel.
Well, because the TSA takes them.
I travel. My job typically has me travel a lot, and I steal all his camera gear to go with me and do recordings, and it never fails. There is a wine opener and the blade and the screw and everything every time I go through TSA, and it gets pilfered every time. And you would think I would learn, but no.
You think they would learn?
I don't.
Thank God that wasn't full screen. Oh, man, we missed the opportunity. Fail. All right, so let me open this up here. Can you imagine how epic that would have been if that was full screen? This is where I need a third person to be a production assistant so we can just focus on the content.
Oh, production assistant. That goes to Rookie's earlier comment. We have been dreaming for a while of a podcast.
Yes, that is true.
That would actually be, and we've done a couple pilot episodes, and it's phenomenal, but 2 full-time workers / parents / way too many hobbies, and we actually like hanging with our kids somewhat.
When they're not being jerks.
Yeah. We haven't had a chance, but we want to do a podcast where we're actually in the kitchen and we're cooking the actual meal, and we're talking about the wine pairing and the meal and what's going on. And for the most part, I do the cooking and the talking about the food and the history of it and the why, and he brings in the wine, and it sounds so good. And then we get down and we're like, oh,
who's gonna edit
now
this?
We have to edit it and put an intro in, and I'm like, oh.
It's like I'm trying to do live streams. I'm trying to do WSET quiz stuff. I do winery reviews, and I do the normal reviews.
I raise kids.
Yep. So that's where it's like, who has time to do this?
He raises kids too, people. Just
yeah.
Don't read into that.
You don't have to preface it every time.
I do. I really feel I do.
It's because you have mom guilt.
So much mom guilt. It's a thing.
Oh, God. I hate these. I can't wait to get these lederhosen off.
Because this is so comfortable.
I think you look quite fetching.
Does not mean comfortable.
I think you should wear that to Oktoberfest.
The kids just told me they expect me to wear this.
Oh, that's
tomorrow.
Awesome.
But I told them only if you wear the lederhosen.
Oh, kids are going to be very disappointed.
When we go in clothes.
Yeah.
Okay,
because there's no way, unless I'm going to carry more bottles of wine in that front pouch.
That's totally what it's for.
Yeah, it is what it's for.
Like, think German Shepherd. Not German Shepherd. What's the...
German, think a dog?
No, what's... In the... Oh, Swiss. The Alps, the barrel... What is that?
Saint Bernard?
Saint Bernard. It's your Saint Bernard.
Okay, you're still going the dog route. I was anticipating something else, but
no,
okay.
No, I really was going dog route.
Okay, well, that's
okay. You poured me half of what you poured you. Thank you.
There we go. So this is I wasn't paying attention whenever I was pouring. I was just trying to get it out. This is the Schmidt Sonne Eiswein. Eiswein. This is from Mosel. So like I said, there's different areas.
I cannot say that word without thinking of pigs. I think swine.
Well, that's maybe a good way to think of how to
Eiswein. But it's fine.
Eiswein.
Anyway.
Maybe that's the way to do it. Anyway, so this is what is it? Where are you? This is 9% alcohol by volume. It, like I said, it's from Mosel, $20. This is the 2016. And let's take a look at it. So it's a deeper color.
It's very intense.
I would say it's still lemon, but I would say you're probably going medium deep lemon.
Whoa, that's interesting.
So what's the first thing you smell on that?
I don't know.
Think of Winnie the Pooh.
Honey.
There you go.
He gives me hints. I don't actually smell honey.
Oh man, it's screaming. It's screaming honey.
What I get though is super intense. whatever it is,
it's a very
just super intense.
Oomph on the nose.
So before you get to tasting, you're going to explain what an Eiswein is, right?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that, especially since I'm still picture in picture. So Eiswein is actually grapes that are frozen on the vine, and what that does is it freezes the sugar. I'm sorry, it freezes the water, but it allows for concentration of the sugar and the other solids within the grapes to continue to develop. So you can get this thing where it preserves the acid, so you can get this pretty high acid, pretty sweet wine out of it, but it doesn't continue to like bulge and turn that acid into like sugar itself and remove any of the acid. So they tend to be higher in acid, they tend to be higher in sugar. This typically is a dessert wine. Mm-hmm. Though the other day I had a 1970 Eiswein that was in a
Thank you,
full bottle, and that thing was drinking like it just came off it came out of the tank. It was ridiculous. Great acid, like so much acid where after I had like the sample,
a tall
the
size
sample, yeah. That I actually felt like my throat was burning. It had so much acid, and it was, what is that, 50 years old? So yeah, I mean it was really, really good. But yeah, so Eiswein, and then like I said, this is the one I got. It's from Mosel, and I mean, it's been a long time since did you taste it already?
I have not, but I'm still like, unscreen that. Yeah,
there we go.
I'm not enjoying the smell.
Well, you won't know you like it until you taste it.
No, I know, but you know how I have issues with Riesling because of the petroleum. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's something like that here that's not petroleum, but I feel like there's this element of industrial.
There is. I get that. It still kind of has like a vinyl-y note.
Yeah, there's a plasticity, but it's not the same kind of thing.
It's not.
I'm not looking forward to this, but I was.
Try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
That taste does not match the smell at all.
What do you think of it? I know you've never had Eiswein before, so this is why.
I have. We had it at Chateau Saint Michel.
Oh yeah, but they feel like it. No, it's not new car smell.
No, God, what is that? New trash can smell? Like it's
like a processed plastic, but not vinyl.
But not the petroleum.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's not the garage smell. It's not gas. It's not my dad. But it's like a new trash can that hasn't ever had anything in it. It's still very processed. The taste is actually very subtly sweet to me. Very underplayed. Like, I kind of enjoy this wine.
Are you drinking a sweet wine that you actually enjoy?
No, I'm not. Totally not.
Wow.
Like, that's very sweet.
Peanut. No, not even that, man.
It's so hard to describe. I'm trying to figure it out. It's very... There is some sort of industrial smell to it. And somewhat on the palate, but it's much
It's a lot more
less
like,
unappetizing.
A little bit of like a nuttiness on the palate. There's more of like that.
I'm getting the honey on the palate.
The honey.
Yeah.
It's like maybe like a candied orange. There's a little bit of like an apple as well.
Oh, you might have hit something. There's definitely a candied fruit, but like a rind, a candied rind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
orange peel?
Maybe pickled watermelon. So I grew up in the Middle East, and they have very different candies and very different sweets, and this is very reminiscent of a Middle Eastern dessert.
What of that, like candied fennel?
Candied rose?
What about the candied fennel?
Maybe candied fennel. But there's definitely some. We're getting closer.
Yeah, we're getting there. But I mean, it's not bad at all.
But it's definitely a sweet wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a you have a little bit and you're kind of done. Like, you don't need too much. But luckily, we can drink it over the next couple days, so we don't have to drink everything in one sitting. We don't have to.
And I wouldn't pair this with anything. I would just have this as dessert. A small skosh of this as dessert.
Yeah. I think this, honestly, if I did have to have this with something, it'd probably be something like an apple tart.
You don't think that's too much sweet on sweet?
No, because you want the intensity of the sweetness of the wine to match the intensity of the sweetness of the food that you're eating. You want them to pair with each other. So I think having and it would be like an apple tart with like a little bit of sugar on top. Or maybe caramelized sugar. Another thing, maybe
now,
is like
salted caramel, maybe
creme brulee, maybe.
Okay, maybe.
So that could be another thing, but yeah, you don't want the food to overpower the wine. If you did have to lean in an overpowering direction, you would want the wine to slightly overpower the food. But in this case, I'm
such a salt person that I feel like this needs to be like something with salted caramel.
Well, when you think of like, and if I said something like apple pie, you think of like a southern salted crust apple pie, not like a graham cracker crust.
I think that Southerners do most sweets wrong because they do like sweet tea and it's just syrupy and gross.
There's a difference there. That's not the same thing. That's not what I'm talking about. So sweet tea is disgusting about it.
Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean this is an interesting take. You know what we need to do next time? Wait. You know what?
No, we have plans for the next few.
I have plans for the next few. So I already talked about getting.
The next was the MST3K one, right?
No.
No.
I'm going to try to see if I can get a winemaker on. If not, then it is MST3K. MST3K. And by what that means is that's the code we're using where we will watch previous old Wine on the Dime videos and roast me.
Back before he had good equipment and before he knew anything.
God, it was horrible back then. And I would love to share how bad my channel was with you all. So, yeah, that's one thing that I'm thinking about doing. I would like to see if I can get a winemaker.
Ron Yates. And then you have to show a clip from...
And then I would get kicked off YouTube so fast from Paramount or Universal.
Fine.
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
Yep. That's
totally. We're just gonna roast the crud. I don't know what I can say on live.
I don't know either. Crap.
Okay. Crap.
Yeah,
we're gonna roast the crap out of his early stuff, because it's hilarious. If y'all haven't gone to his earlier stuff,
my first videos were just
it's
cringe.
Awesome. And so that'll be in 2 weeks, either a winemaker or an MST3K.
And then I will
2 weeks
have
later. We're doing a Halloween themed something.
Yes, it'll be wine and Halloween candy and wine pairings. Yeah, it's that one will be on the 30th, the day before Halloween.
And I have already purchased and have already received a very special gift that he will be unboxing live.
What?
And you do not want to miss the reaction.
I am scared.
I know, it's great.
I am scared of what you bought.
It. Oh, yeah, it's wonderful.
Anyway,
So great.
but then I'm also thinking as we get into November, maybe doing because I think we'll have one live stream in November, because I think the other Friday is Black Friday. And I don't know if you guys want to, like, stop shopping to watch me drink wine again. So we might only have one live stream in November, but that live stream will be Thanksgiving food and wine pairings, because obviously that's
what to bring.
People are interested in.
Or what to have for your virtual Thanksgiving, whatever you end up having.
Yeah, it's like...
It is all good.
If you say, like, oh, pass the cabbage, and you have to lift it up to the webcam because your family's in another state and y'all can't hang out, then...
And we've just proven that eating on camera is not that totally awkward?
Oh, I don't know. I was like face down because I eat like a caveman. I didn't want that to be on camera. I didn't want people to see it. It would be horrible.
But at the same time, we're curious. We've got plans for live stuff, but if that is... yes, we need to come to Walla Walla, Washington. Actually, no. I have an event next... April? No, August. Next August. Assuming COVID
Then you
does...
yeah.
I will be in Seattle. So...
Maybe we can be in Seattle.
Maybe we can be in Seattle.
We'll see.
But always curious what y'all would enjoy watching on a live. We're definitely trying to make connections with winemakers and vineyard owners and all kinds of things because the technical is fun and then I can, not be on.
That's kind of what I told them. I was like, she gets a night off from the live stream. She doesn't have to be here.
It's all good. W-set stuff, more food pairings.
W-set 4 study sessions?
Oh my God, no. I'm totally... So, the last time I went to Seattle, I totally had dinner and wine with the unknown winecaster, and it was wonderful, and Stuart was at home watching the kids. It was great. So, Rookie, if I get out there and he's not out there, we will totally have dinner and wine.
And I'm not out there. I want to be there.
And if I'm out there and he's out there, we will totally have dinner and wine.
That's like, I like how that stipulation was like, we'll hang out with you if he's not there. Like, that's...
I gotta get a break, babe.
I know.
It's all good.
God, I hate these leader hoses. We're almost done here. Anyway, so if y'all are interested in certain things, let us know. We'll try to see what we can work out.
This is oddly fun. I really thought I'd hate this, but...
the first time, you had no idea how hard I had to bribe her to be on the first live stream. And then...
Dude, people, it's COVID time. I haven't worn makeup since March.
And then I was like, hey, we're going to do German food and wine pairings. She's like, that's a great idea. And I was like, I just ordered you a costume. And she's like, what? And so, that was fun. But you went along with it. I didn't expect that.
It is fun.
You know what? You don't necessarily look like a German... You look more like Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Thanks?
That's...
I can't braid. If I figured out how to do the braid thing, and I looked up German hairstyles, and I can't do that, so you got this.
Well, it's just more of like the shoulder.
That's very... Octoberfesty.
But anyway, so, yeah. We'll continue to do more live streams, and so I hope that maybe y'all learned something today. If not, then you had an hour and a half to kind of kill and relax, and if you...
I learned I need stronger pickles.
And I learned I need to lose weight and learn how to take measurements properly. As I eat 2 whole rouladen. That was... I'm not losing weight.
There's so many left. You barely touched your cabbage, dude.
Well, I want to sit there and shovel cabbage into my mouth while I'm on live stream. I'll warm it up and then eat it whenever we're done with the stream. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be doing more things. And if there are certain things that y'all want to just let us know. You can ping me in the video chat underneath whenever the video's done. Or on any of my videos. Be like, hey, I saw the live stream the other day. And... get a smaller ice wine. No, it's
tiny. It's skinny.
It's 500. It's 2/3 of a bottle. But yeah, so I mean, we can continue to do some stuff. But yeah.
But regardless, someone will be here with him in 2 weeks at 7 o'clock.
We'll do
Central.
something, whether it's her or whether it's maybe a winemaker. Maybe I am going to the Hill Country on Sunday to shoot another review. Maybe I can talk to some of the folks that are out there to see if they'd be interested. Go sell myself around.
Just shill it.
Yeah, just really get the word out. But also, one of the things that I did want to bring up before we ended is October is Texas Wine Month. So I do have a large number of reviews on my channel from Texas wineries. So if you do get a chance, stop by, take a look at them. I'll be promoting them in the YouTube comment or the YouTube channel community section. I'll also be posting on Facebook and Twitter. So if you are interested, take a look at them. Texas has a whole bunch of great wineries. I think we're at 300 plus wineries now.
God, Highway 290 is blowing up.
Yeah, so, I mean, we have tons of wineries. And on top of that, we're still making so much fruit that all of our wineries can't buy all of the fruit to make wine. So
yeah, I love that the hardest part about getting a winemaker on your channel in the month of October is the fact that they're so busy and there's so much production going on right now that you just can't get them.
The moment you hit August through the end of October, you basically have to sell your soul to get a winemaker to do anything around here, because those are the months in which they are harvesting, they're going through pressing and fermentation, they're doing everything, and then at the end of October they're bottling. In November they're trying to get all the stuff set up for the end of year with TABC and getting labels approved for the next year, and then in December they can take like a 4-month break. And if
that's when all of Texas takes a break, because we're like, oh, thank God, we can go outside for a little bit.
Yeah. But like some of the winemakers I know will literally be like, I'm going to someplace like Ben. He was like, I'm going to the French Alps and I'm skiing for a month. I'll see you later. And like just leaves.
And this is why you need to be in the industry.
I don't like skiing. I'm not good at it. I want to try snowboarding though. It'd be fun. Anyway, so
2 weeks. Join him and or us here. Yeah, I will totally post the recipes, and by that I mean I will send them to him to post, because I just don't do that. They're really good. Pick better pickles, people. I'm sorry.
I told you we had pickles. I told you we had pickles.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it's been fun. We will see y'all again soon with another live stream in about 2 weeks. And you guys have fun.
Exactly 2 weeks.
Stay safe. Drink responsibly.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. And social distance. Do all the things. Keep yourself safe. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks with some sort of live stream. And we'll just figure it out. And I'll let you guys know when we get closer to it. So just make sure you click the notifications bell on the channel. Click all notifications so you see my community post, as well as the videos and the live streams when they're announced. So in the meantime, I'll see you all later. Cheers. Have a good one.